your monthly public service spotlight brought to you by the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees, or AFSCME for short. Last week was National Nurses Week, but this week we're still celebrating by catching up with Andrew Green, a registered nurse at Mclaren Flint Hospital. Andrew is, of course, an essential worker, a proud advocate for his coworkers, and a lifelong Michigander. How are you this afternoon?
I'm good, Rochelle. How are you? Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you for joining us in the hot seat today. But Andrew, I want you to tell us what led you to becoming a nurse.
Rochelle, it may sound cliche, but I knew as a young boy that I wanted to be a nurse. And I grew up in a sport-oriented household, bumps and bruises. So every weekend there was somebody laid up on the field. And as a young boy, I don't know what it was, but I was always drawn to helping out. That's the real reason why I got into healthcare. I took my education to the next level, went to Saginaw Valley, got my degree there, and ended up at Mclaren Flint. That connection with Mclaren Flint and myself is I was born across the street.
Yeah.
I have 3 beautiful daughters. They were all born at Mclaren Flint. My first CT scan was at Mclaren Flint. I lived right down the road from Mclaren Flint, so it's a special connection. When you have that type of a connection with a facility and you have 900 union nurses that work there.
Wow.
You develop just an awesome level of trust between them, and what better way to practice nursing than in a facility where you have that type of connection.
Yeah, well, Andrew, it's important for patients to know that nurses like you at Mclaren Flint care so much about the community. But why don't you tell us what kind of goes into the work that you do on a day-to-day basis?
Myself, there's a lot of different areas in the hospital that nurses work. Myself, I work in the intensive care unit, and no matter what, if you have a background with medical dramas on TV, you know, I mean, there's a lot of them. You can tell by just that name, intensive care unit. It's an intense area. We see patients, all different age groups, all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and our goal in that intensive care unit is to get them back to their baseline. With hundreds and hundreds of people that come through Mclaren Flint on a weekly basis, it's really an honor to be able to, along with not only myself, but my union brothers and sisters, that we do take part each and every day in saving lives.
But it's clearly very rewarding work for you, like you just said.
The most rewarding part of being a nurse in Flint, and I've been doing it for almost 20 years, and when they're at their sickest and they place their lives in your hands, and being able to see them walk out of there. You know what I mean? There's no better feeling, because a lot of us nurses were discouraged, especially during COVID, and we questioned, why are we doing this? We weren't at that stage. We weren't at seeing people get better and walking out. And the majority of the patients who came to our units never leave. It's so special to be able to get back to that mind frame to where, like I said, they're so vulnerable and sick, and them and their families put their lives in your hands, and then, you know, it may take weeks, but when they come back and visit you, it's a great feeling. Yeah,
Andrew, I think I got goosebumps, especially when you talked about that feeling. How does being in a union actually help you advocate for your patients?
The unions in healthcare, why it's so rewarding is the clientele that we see through Mclaren Flint. They're our neighbors, you know, basically. They're our neighbors, because we've grown up in Flint. And a lot of those patients, they don't have the resources, they don't have the help that they need to get basic health care. Yeah. And a big thing right now is Medicaid, in the push to reduce the funding for these patients that need it the most. Not everybody has health insurance, especially in Flint, Michigan. We use our voice.
My last question for you, how can unions like yours improve patient care?
It's workplace safety, Rochelle. I mean, we've worked so hard with our contracts in getting safe nurse-patient ratios, and now that we've actually obtained that, and it's been years and years coming, what we do now is it's something that's actually groundbreaking. And with our last contract, is we were able to institute a safety committee, and when the nurses are safe, the patients are safe. And so what we do is, myself as the chief steward, I am able to collaborate with management and leadership and really dig up those deep safety issues from the 12th floor down to the ER. Every month I make rounds, I dig into the safety issues. We're able to get the leaders to a meeting every month, hash out these safety concerns, and then I just, like I said before, if you are not safe and you don't feel comfortable in your workplace, the patients aren't going to be safe. So with this meeting, we've had great groundbreaking issues. We've been able to take care of them, and each and every month we're able to tackle those issues. And we really want to change the culture. at Mclaren Flint.
So thank you so much for joining us here today and telling us all about your advocacy. And for all of you at home, you can learn more about essential AFSCME members like Andrew right here at afscme.org/union. We have that information listed right here at the bottom of your screen. Plus, we'll have it online tonight. But thank you so much.
Thank you.